Boa brings wrestling here with another exclusive pro wrestling rumors and news. Good day, guys. Today we have rumors on John Laurinaitis, Steph and Triple H, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Riddle, and many more. And we also have news. In today's headlines, Jeff Hardy arrested for DUI. Former WWE Star returning to the ring next month. McAfee reveals what he knows about Vince McMahon's allegations. Will Bryan Danielson return to AEW again? As a plus, later in this video, I'm going to show you how Chris Jericho saved Hardy from botching Whisper in the Wind, which could have ended in a possible career-threatening injury. Now, before we start, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. For more exclusive pro wrestling news, rumors, and list of top moments in wrestling you definitely would love to see. Turn on notifications just so you are notified anytime I release a video, and like this video as well. As always, we start off with the rumors, and you should know that rumors are just rumors, and that's just that. None of this has been confirmed as fact yet, as of the time of this report. Subsequent news from this channel may or may not confirm the accuracy of these rumors, so stay tuned. Alright guys, let's start with the rumors. WWE sent a memo to talent after Raw informing them that pending the conclusion of the board of directors' internal investigation into misconduct allegations against John Laurinaitis and Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis has been placed on administrative leave. PW Insider reports the roster was also informed Bruce Pritchard will serve as the interim head of talent relations. Next, there was some speculations recently that Stephanie McMahon and Triple H had separated. Wade Keller of PW Touch refuted that, saying, "I'm told that's just flat out not the case and that they are a team." Next, Insider also reports the attorney defending WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Sytch in her DUI manslaughter case filed a motion on June 16 asking the court's permission to withdraw as a legal representation. According to PW Insider, Steve DeLaroche filed the motion on June 16, stating the client has not complied with the terms of employment agreement with his attorney, among others, he stated. Next, despite recently wrestling matches for AEW, NJPW, and NWA, Fightful Select reports Ariya Daivari is still working as a producer for WWE on a trial basis. Next, Cody Rhodes reportedly expected back before 9-month timetable. Cody Rhodes is reportedly expected to be back from his surgery to repair a torn pectoral muscle more quickly than the timeline WWE announced. Last week, WWE announced that Rhodes would be out for 9 months after undergoing surgery, putting him on track for an early March 2023 return. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Rhodes and most around him believe he will be back before then. Meltzer noted that bringing Rhodes back for the Royal Rumble in late January would be an ideal scenario for WWE, since Cody is perhaps the odds-on favorite to win it. It was also reported by Meltzer that WWE is considering giving Rhodes the Triple H 2001-2002 treatment, meaning they would hype up Cody's return and give him a huge victory. After missing several months with a torn quad, Triple H returned in January 2002 and went on to win the Royal Rumble before beating Chris Jericho for the WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania 18. A similar situation for Rhodes would make sense given how much support he has garnered as a top babyface. Despite tearing his pec off the bone, Rhodes faced Seth Rollins in a Hell in a Cell match at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view a couple of weeks ago, battling through severe bruising. The American Nightmare won the match and was then written off television next night on Raw due to an attack at the hands of Rollins. Rhodes figures to get a massive pop when he returns, especially if it is to announce his entry into the Royal Rumble match or as a surprise entrant in the match itself. Next and last on our rumor for today, WWE reportedly has Reigns backup if Orton misses SummerSlam. Roman Reigns is reportedly slated to defend the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against Randy Orton at SummerSlam. But if Orton is unable to compete due to injury, WWE reportedly has another plan in place. According to Meltzer, there is a backup plan, although it doesn't include Riddle, who is Orton's tag team partner. Meltzer did not specify who the backup plan involves, but he opined that Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Gunther are among those who could fit as a challenger to Reigns. Per Fightful Select, there is fear that Orton may need surgery, which would force him to miss the remainder of 2022. Orton was written off television last month when he and Riddle dropped the Raw Tag Team Championship to Usos in a unification match on SmackDown. After the match, the Usos and Reigns brutally attacked RK Bro. Riddle was back on television quickly and cut a promo about Orton suffering a back injury and possibly missing an extended period of time, which led to speculations that the beatdown angle was done to set the stage for Reigns vs Orton down the line. Am I missing out on any rumors out there? If you know of any, please post it in the comment section. Now into the news. Now, first story for today, Jeff Hardy arrested for DUI. The Florida Highway Patrol had guns drawn on WWE star Jeff Hardy prior to his arrest Monday morning in Volusia County, Florida. Looking at this video released by TMZ Sports, police officers drew their guns on Hardy when he refused to comply with demands after getting pulled over. Hardy eventually responded to orders and got out of his vehicle. He was arrested on 3 charges, including felony DUI, as police documents show that a breathalyzer test yielded blood alcohol levels of 0.291 and a 0.294, which is more than 3 times the legal limit in Florida. The AEW star was released from jail on bond on Monday night and is scheduled to appear in front of a judge on Tuesday. Per TMZ, video also shows the 44-year-old Hardy mumbling and unable to complete field sobriety test due to being unsteady on his feet. Hardy seemed to admit to the officers that he had consumed shots of Fireball before he started to drive. According to the Volusia County Corrections website, Hardy has been charged with driving with a suspended, cancelled, or revoked license, violation of restrictions placed on a driver's license, and committing a third drug or alcohol-related DUI offense. According to Mark Middleton of WrestlingHeadlines.com, the first 2 charges are second-degree misdemeanors, while the DUI is a third-degree felony. Hardy was arrested for DWI in March 2018, public intoxication in July 2019, and a DWI again in October 2019, all while he was under contract with WWE. WWE released Hardy in December after he walked out in the midst of a 6-man tag team match at a house show. It was reported by multiple outlets that Hardy was released after refusing to go to rehab, and his brother Matt Hardy later confirmed that as fact. Matt also said at the time that neither Jeff nor he himself felt he needed rehab. Matt tweeted the following on Tuesday in reference to his younger brother's arrest. He said, "It was disheartening to hear the news about my brother yesterday. Recovery isn't a linear process, and I'll continue doing whatever I can to help my brother be healthy. Being healthy and well is the most important thing for Jeff, his wife, his children, and our family at this time." AEW President Tony Khan also released a statement on Jeff's arrest, noting that he has been suspended without pay and can only return to AEW once he completes a treatment program. The Hardys had been scheduled to face Jurassic Express and the Young Bucks in a 3-way ladder match for the AEW Tag Team Championship on Wednesday's episode of Dynamite, but AEW has ceased advertising the match, suggesting that it has been cancelled. This is not the first time, as Jeff Hardy was arrested in 2009 at his house for the possession of anabolic steroids and controlled prescription pills, according to thepilot.com. His bill was set at $125,000. Well, we really do hope he gets all the help he needs to stay sober this time. Next on our news, former WWE star returning to the ring next month. Now, the former WWE NXT Cruiserweight Champion is returning to in-ring action at the New Japan Roadshow next month. NJPW announced on Tuesday that Kushida will team with Hiroshi Tanahashi and Alex Zane in a 6-man match against Kenta Taiji, Ishimori, and Gedo in what is his first match on July 3rd. On July 4th, Kushida and Tanahashi will wrestle Kenta and Ishimori in a tag team bout. As noted earlier, Kushida returned to NJPW earlier this week at the New Japan Road event in Korakuen. The former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion would confront Ishimori, the current champion, after Ishimori's successful defense against Tanahashi. Ishimori told Kushida he needed to win a few matches before earning a title shot. Kushida later confirmed that he had signed a new contract with NJPW after the event. In an emotional backstage promo, he would also declare that he plans to spend the rest of his wrestling career in the promotion, according to NJPW's English broadcaster and translator, Chris Charlton. Back in April, Kushida's WWE profile page was moved to the WWE alumni roster, which led to speculations over his status with the company. It was later reported by Fightful Select that Kushida's WWE contract had expired, and it was unknown if he was offered a new deal. At least one source told Fightful Select that the exit was related to budget cuts, but that was never confirmed. Still coming up, Pat McAfee reveals what he knows about Vince McMahon's allegations. Will Bryan Danielson return to AEW again? Hope you are enjoying the video. Tell me your thoughts on the stories in the comment section. While you are at it, please take a moment to subscribe and like this video. Next, Pat McAfee reveals what he knows about Vince McMahon's allegations. Pat McAfee shared all that he knew about the allegations against Vince McMahon. For a few hours on Wednesday, a number of names in WWE were trending in the top 10 on Twitter. Majority of the rumor had to do with the Vince McMahon allegations that he paid $3 million to a former employee to keep quiet about an affair. Several names were connected to that discussion on social media, including SmackDown announcer Pat McAfee. This is not to say that McAfee was tied into any of the allegations, but Vince was a guest on the Pat McAfee show not long ago, and people were making reference to that interview because among the topics discussed were hints that McMahon had revealed he was no longer with Linda McMahon. Reports have surfaced that the two are legally still married but haven't been together in years. They also talked about succession plans, and Vince may have dropped a few hints about his family. Most of all, people just wanted to know what McAfee knew, if anything. In response to all of this, the topic came up on McAfee's show Thursday, and he said, "I know less than everybody else. This is just me. I don't know anything about anything. I go in, do my job, say hello to everybody, I'm out." I mean, maybe the most awesome situation in the history of WWE for anybody. I'm a lifelong fan of the company, but I'm not part of anything. I'm part of no groups, I have no locker room, I literally bounce around, do my thing, and I'm out. McAfee said WWE intentionally keeps him out of the loops so that he's not in on the stuff that happens week to week, just so he gives a genuine reaction to what he's watching, and that gives him an interesting perspective. Now to our last story. Will Bryan Danielson return to AEW again? According to Matthew Wilkelson of the Sportstar, AEW's Blackpool Combat Club member Bryan Danielson will be returning to the company this week on AEW Dynamite. For the first time since AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view, Bryan Danielson will be appearing on AEW Dynamite this week to address his status and the upcoming events the company has. Danielson competed in the Anarchy in the Arena match on that pay-per-view, which saw a wild 10-man brawl take place on the show, with the encounter proving to be a major hit among fans and critics. However, it didn't come out without its consequences, as the Blackpool Combat Club member suffered an injury during it. That is why Danielson hasn't been seen since then, with the former WWE champion missing several weeks of television during the build to the AEW and NJPW Forbidden Door event and the upcoming Blood and Guts match that his faction will be participating in. He and Moxley are set to be once again teaming up with Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz to face the Jericho Appreciation Society inside the steel structure next week. Fans will get the chance to see Danielson on the upcoming edition of AEW Dynamite, as AEW's president Tony Khan officially announced the news on social media. He wrote, "American Dragon Bryan Danielson will appear live this week on Wednesday night AEW Dynamite on TBS Network to address this Sunday's Forbidden Door pay-per-view plus next week's Blood and Guts Dynamite. Thank you to everyone who supports AEW TV. See you Wednesday 8 p.m. for Dynamite. Alright guys, that is it for the news for today. Now moving on to how Chris Jericho saved Jeff Hardy from botching Whisper in the Wind. Over the years, Chris Jericho has been considered as one of the safest workers in wrestling for good reason. This is a memorable moment of him saving Jeff Hardy from a botch which could have led to a terrible injury for Jeff during a huge singles push. On a 2009 episode of SmackDown, the number one contender Jeff Hardy squared off against Chris Jericho. If Jericho were to win the match, he would be added to the World Heavyweight Championship match with Hardy and Edge at the year's Judgment Day pay-per-view. About 7 minutes into Toasted Body crumbled on the top rope, Jericho ran towards him and stuck his hands out, saving him from a hard landing on the back of Lucky he didn't lose a lot more than that a few days beforehand. He has Jericho to thank for that. What do you guys think of the stories? Let me know in the comment section if you haven't shared your thoughts already. The story that catches my interest for the day is obviously Jeff Hardy getting arrested over a DUI. What is yours? Allow us the privilege to find out down below. And thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate you a lot. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and comment below to help this channel grow. It fuels the inspiration to produce more content for you. Thank you. See you.